On this James the Bike Guy, we're taking a look at something really cool here in the Fox box. It's in fact a 2020 Fox 32 step cast. So let's go ahead, pop it out of the packaging. We'll take a look at all of the features and design of this fork. And while we're at it, of course, we're gonna find out exactly what it weighs. But before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you can see more videos like this into the future. With it out of the package, we can behold the beauty of the Fox 32 Stepcast Performance Fork. Stepcast is the new lineup of cross-country ready forks from Fox, and this 32 Performance is one down from the very best. So the Performance is one below the factory, but that means that this has pretty much all the same tech as the really high-end forks. Of course, it's got the Stepcast lowers that we'll take a look at in a little bit, but makes for a really amazing fork. Now, Stepcast is actually the casting where they cut out the lowers here. So you can see that at the bottom of the lower, it's cut out so that the brake can actually fit inside of here. You can still fit the 15 by 110 hub in the front, but with that cutout, that actually allows them to narrow the width of the fork. So it ends up taking away material, making the whole thing a little bit narrower, and it allows them to create a much lighter setup, but actually increase some stiffness as well because the fork isn't quite as wide. So that's going to allow them to tighten everything up. Now, the Fox 32, this is of course a 29er format, and this is set up in 100 millimeters of travel. So it uses this matte black finish. It actually has a tapered 1.5 to 1.1 steer tube here. Is actually going to be and come either in a 44 millimeter or a 51 millimeter offset. The one we're looking at here is actually the 44 millimeter offset. So that makes for a little bit faster turning setup, but you're going to select the offset of your fork based on what your frame's going to require. Now this is going to use an air spring assembly on the fork, so it's going to have the Evolve extra volume air spring assembly in here. On the top, you're going to have a spot where you can add and remove air pressure with a Schrader valve. And then this fork is also going to be able to accept air tokens inside of here, so you can actually set up the volume spacing on the inside. Now it's going to also run a fit grip damper, which means you're going to have a damping unit from full firm to more open. And you'll actually hear there's specific indents inside of here. So it's not just a smooth roll, it's actually gonna have small notches. When you click into a spot, that it's actually gonna hold in place exactly where you wanted it. Now on the bottom of the fork, you'll of course have adjustable rebound on that fit grip damper. So it's gonna be this red knob, which you're gonna be able to click faster and slower. It's gonna have post mount 160 brake mounting on here. And as we said before, this is Boost 110, but it's going to run Fox's standard through axle setup. So you get a very nice looking axle here. It's aluminum and it's just going to slide into place. And one of the things I really like about it is it's actually going to have the quick release style lever. So you can do this tool free and easily be able to take the wheel on and off. Now, a couple of things to mention. What's really neat is these of course come in a bunch of different. Now another couple things to mention on the backside, it's going to come with a weight range and air pressure chart on the back of the fork, which is a nice thing to have. These of course are not pressures to live by, but they're actually pressures to help you make sure you get it into the right ballpark to start off with. And then it's interesting because this is a step cast, it's actually got a warning that you need to have 8.5 millimeters between the tire and the fork. And that's going to account for the flex that you might have in your wheel setup. So that's a look at the Fox 32 Stepcast Performance. Let's go ahead and place this on a scale and we'll find out exactly what it weighs. So the Fox 32 Stepcast Performance on our scale here is going to come in and weigh 1,580 grams. So that is incredibly light for a pretty awesome Fox fork. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Can't wait to hear what you think about this particular fork. Be sure while you're at it to make sure that you hit that subscribe button. That way you can see more videos like this into the future. And then also leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.